Hello, this is Running Robert, and today we're going to be talking about the Elite Pharmaceuticals generic Vyvanse approval and the Q3 2024 summary. Today is the 19th of November 2024, and we've had a conference call last Friday and approval this morning, so it's been a pretty busy week. So I generally follow small cap pharma. I do some games. I do a little bit of everything. So if you like what I'm doing, hey, please like and subscribe. It helps a lot, and thank you. Disclaimer is I do own shares in this company. I did buy them a little under 4 cents, so I am just over the moon with how well this has gone. I'm an amateur investor, and any advice given should be followed up by no due diligence, and any information given is valid for today, the 19th of November, and the slideshow will not be updated, but as we get new news, new slideshows. So, what happened? So, Elite received approval for generic Vyvanse. The reported annual sales for the branded and the generics are $4.3 billion. The company's going to sell 7 different doses of the drug, and if the company can even get 1% or 2% of sales, it will again transform Elite. And I believe the company is set up well to sell generic Vyvanse because they're experienced selling generic Adderall. Like, they are very similar drugs, and I think it's going to work out really well for them. So sales will start in the first quarter of 2025. So what we're looking at, if they can capture any percent of market share, I mean, just 1% of 4.3 billion is 43 million. Like, that's just 1%. And that, again, would transform this company yet again into something that's even more powerful. Okay, so on top of that, we also got the quarterly report on Friday. Elite had another solid quarter and recorded a record 18.8 million in revenues compared to 18.8 million in revenue in Q2. There was a $77,000 increase, so not quite as much to bump it up. Income from operations was 3.5. That is down slightly from 3.8. And the company had 9.5 in cash with almost 21 in accounts receivables. So they are now in great shape. Like, let's be honest, they're starting to really get some good cash burn. They're building up their cash. They're getting some good cash income. They're building up their cash. Like, it's a lot of positives here. So conference call details. So of course, other than there's one drug that was just launched, 3 more in the queue for commercial launch. Facility expansion is ongoing with the bills paid in cash. They talk about Vyvanse generic on the 23rd of November, but hey, Christmas came early for us. They believe they can achieve a $1 stock price. And then, of course, to remind us that it is still, unfortunately, a penny stock, there were definitely some jokes. So, company summary, in case you don't know, the company owns an oral solid dose facility in New Jersey. There's just minor debt and bond repayment, almost nothing over the next 4 years. Very limited shares were sold during the quarter, only 1 million. The company has partnered some drugs, and they sell some under the Elite name. And the company is beginning to target larger drugs for its generics, especially, including the Vyvanse generic. So does the price match the company? Yes. I had called the stock to be between 20 and 40 cents at the end of the year. So far, they have exceeded my expectations with that. And I believe the price will end up probably somewhere this year between 40 cents and $1. Still a pretty wide range, but they got to start selling. And you might have a lot of people who bought in a lot cheaper who are looking at this and starting to take profits. So I know it's very tempting buying at 4 cents to look at it when it's at 70 and be like, I almost want to hit that sell button, but I have not. The company at this point is a well-oiled machine with several generics moving through the queue to approval. This is big because when I first started covering this company, there was maybe 1 or 2 drugs on the line. Like, they were getting there. At this point, like I said, they have, I guess, 1 just started and 4 in the queue. So they're doing pretty well. So with the Vyvanse generic, I believe all bets are off, and I would expect a $1 stock price somewhere next year, which is why I'm not selling. So again, if they can get any market penetration, done. Like, we're going to see over $1. So what could go wrong? Okay, so really what we're looking at is Adderall levels to see if it remains on the shortage list. I don't expect any major changes. This will include levels for generic Vyvanse. Obviously, both of these make a difference. If they're on the shortage list or very close to it, it's much easier to sell when you're not having to compete against somebody because there's more patients than pills. The second thing that could go wrong. So obviously the new administration might shake some things up. RFK Jr. has said some comments about Adderall-like drugs, ADHD, stuff like that, which would definitely not positive for the company. Now, we know there's probably not going to be a generic appointment, and I don't expect him to get appointed if having to go through the Senate, but that is something that we're going to have to continue to look at and just have in the back of our minds. And that's one of probably the biggest thing that could kind of alter where we're going. So the company's still a penny stock. However, we're continuing to see this turnaround story. I think if we continue to see this kind of growth and stabilization, there's definitely a chance for a reverse split and being able to join a major market. If the company could hit another Adderall-like drug, which they have approval, so now I got to see if the sales can come in, the sky's the limit, and the company is well positioned for it. So my thought process has always been at some point they will do a 1-to-10 stock split, and they will go from 1 billion shares to 100 million, which is a good amount of shares for a company and be worth, almost $1 billion for the company at 1-to-10. So that's kind of what we're looking at. Like, I think this company just continues to exceed expectations since my first following of it. And I look forward to continuing to follow it in the future. So thank you very much for watching and listening, and I hope you have a wonderful day.